Hi guys, it's Rike here and welcome to another video. If you're new here, my name is Rike and I review a lot of activewear, so if you're into that kind of stuff, you just keep watching. Today I have a little bit of activewear, but also like one non-activewear item and some books. So just a little random small hauls video. I used to do these, I sometimes do these when I bought when I buy one or two pieces from a brand and it feels like it's not enough to make a full video, and then I just accumulate a few things to make a full video about it. So we have a small hauls video today. We have some stuff from H&M, from Eamon, from BikBok, and then just books, so that's what we're dealing with today. And recently I moved from Finland to Denmark, and I went via Sweden, visited some friends, went to an Eamon store, for example, so that's how I got my Eamon items. And I also have some favorite bookstores in Gothenburg that I really, really like to go to. And I bought some books. So that's how this happened. And I went to the BikBok store because they have my favorite jeans, which I'm not going to show you today. I'm just going to show you that fun jean jacket, I got. And so that's how all of us came to life, Let's start. We will start with a little piece from H&M. So I'm just going to pick that up from the floor, because this is where it is right now. And it's just a little top because it's kind of cute. And it was on sale. It was €8.99, so I still got this in Finland. From originally €20, has a little deodorant stain, but because I haven't, washed it yet, so I'm hoping that will leave or will go away. But I also know that if you rub jean material against deodorant stains, they also usually go away. So hopefully it'll be fine. And I recently tried the H&M Activewear stuff, and I was positively surprised by it. Because my previous experience from a decade ago basically was not very good. I'm going to link that video up here. I never can remember which side it shows up on, but you'll see it. And yeah, I was positively surprised. So when I saw this for $8.99, I was like, yeah, I'll try it. So it's a little black crop top. It does not have removable cup pads, but it is double lined. And it's black, so nippage is not going to be super visible. H&M's activewear brand is called Move. So that's why you have this little Move logo in the back. This is a size small, my normal size for tops, and this is made from 79% polyester and 20% elastane, and the liner has the same fabric. So it's not super brushed or anything, but it's soft enough, and it's a little bit stretchy. We have thick straps, not adjustable, but they're gonna be nice and comfy, and a lower scoop neckline, and then you have some corset detailing on here. Not sure if you can see it fully, but we do have some interesting seam detailing. Going up a little bit, coming down here. So something interesting going on. And then in the back, it's a little bit shorter actually than in the front, because in the front, it kind of comes down to a little curvy thing here. Whereas in the back, it's just straight. We also do have some seam detailing here in the back, and also, lower back line basically, because it's not a neckline, right? Yeah, but I thought for $8.99, can't really go too wrong with that one. And let's see it on. All right, here's the little H&M crop top. Active crop top, I should say, right? Because it is definitely from the Activewear brand. And yeah, I mean, it's kind of cute. I'm not sure if this is the color I would wear this with, but yeah, it's what I just picked now. And obviously, since this is a high-waisted pair of leggings that I paired this with, now you can see up here in the front, where the top is longest, you don't really have any skin showing, but then on the side you do. So maybe it would be more fun to pair this with something that is a little bit less high-waisted. I don't know, you can tell me what you would do. But I like this cut. I like how this comes down here a little bit. I think it's very flattering. We have a nice higher neckline here, so it's not too high, a little bit of cleavage, just a tad. And then we do have the nice thicker straps, good side boob coverage here. And I don't know if you can tell, but there's some seam detailing going on under the chest here, kind of curving under. And then we also do have some seamsters going down here like a corset thing. This does not have removable cup pads, but honestly, I feel like the two layers of this fabric are thick enough to prevent most of the nippage. Support-wise, I would say this is actually a solid medium support for me. I am tucked in well, and then in the back it is a little bit shorter, so you can definitely see that there's a little bit more skin showing here. There is a little bit of a harsher seam here at the bottom, so I can feel that a little bit, but I'm pretty sure with somewhere this is gonna be perfectly fine. And it's not the end of the world. It's not super uncomfortable, but I can definitely feel it's there. Whereas I don't feel it down here because that part is a little bit looser than the part here in the back. And then also not too much else happening in the back. We do have the little logo that just says Move, because that is their that is the H&M Activewear line, basically. So they just named it after that. And yeah, I think it's cute. Keep in mind, I do have a longer torso as well. So maybe, you know, if I had a shorter torso, I'm just trying to simulate that by pulling the leggings up even higher. Like you would just have this like hanging over the legging, and then on the side you wouldn't see skin, but just a little bit of, oh, this is a little bit uncomfortable. So let me just put it where it's supposed to sit. And yeah, then you would just have like no skin showing, but just like a little bit more of the legging basically on the side. I don't know, but I think it's cute. Let's see if I lift my arms. Actually, you can see a little bit of skin here in the front as well. But yeah, I think it doesn't move around too much. You know, you can work out in it for sure. But yeah, I'm kind of secure and it's cute and it covers you a little bit more than just a sports bra. So nice for $8.99. I don't have any complaints. All right, going to the Amen items. Their stores are concept stores. So for me, what I've concluded what this means is basically they have, of each piece, they have one size hanging, and then you can try that particular size on. And if it's not the last piece, they'll basically grab you a new one from the bag. So it's like a fresh piece, basically. So this is why I have them in the bag, even though I bought them in the store. And this is the white Shape Seamless Crossback Bra. So they've recently launched their Shape Seamless collection, and it was a seamless, like nice, really soft seamless fabric. Came in like light pink, a dark gray, and a black. And now they've also launched a new color and some white items as well. So we'll get to the new color in a second. But yeah, this is the Shape Seamless Crossback Bra, and I got this one in white. And with some of the Amen bras, I mean, this is a small bra for the big bag. And with some of the Amen bras, I am a size extra small, even though I'm usually a size small. So keep that in mind. I also do have a smaller chest, but yeah, recently I've definitely had size down to an extra small quite often. Especially for like these lower coverage sports bras. The extra small is just the way to go for me. And it might, of course, also be because of my smaller chest. But in general, I felt like they fit a little bit big. So yeah, just giving you a hint. Maybe that's what you need to do as well. But yeah, very, very low coverage sports bra here. Nice deep V. We have a ribbed band under the chest. Removable cup pads in here too. And then you have a little seam on the boob here too. We have thin straps, not adjustable, but a little bit stretchy. And then in the bag, it just, yeah, crisscrosses multiple times. So this is where it's called the crisscross bra, right? And we also do have more ribbing here in the back as well. Looking for the Amen logo. Oh, it's right there. So we have a tone and tone silicone Amen logo here in the front. And it's not much more to it, right? It's like very simple. I liked it. It looks clean and fresh. And it's made from 92% polyamide and 8% elastane. And overall, I like a strappy bag always. You know, that always intrigues me the most about sports bras. And I would say let's just see it on. All right, we got a little white number here. So this one is definitely like a very minimal sports bra. We have quite a big cleavage situation going on. Seamless, actually quite comfy. And despite this being an extra small and me usually being a small, there's still a little bit of extra space. So yeah, I would definitely say size down if you're in between for sure. If you have a smaller chest, size down as well, just in general. But I don't know, like I feel like usually when I did size down to an extra small, then it was perfectly fine fit-wise. But this one definitely still is a little looser, and I didn't expect that because, you know, usually I'm a small. It's just like the low-cut bras that they do, but I definitely need the extra small to be secure. Yeah, and I mean, it's not like I'm gonna fall out or anything, but like there's definitely more space for boobs. So yeah, don't worry. Don't feel like this is gonna be too tight. You can definitely size down if you're in between for sure. Yeah, definitely nice deep V here. For me personally, I think it looks kind of like quite flattering. Gives me a little bit of a cleavage. Definitely like not too pushing or anything, so it's still very comfy and like not trying to like get everything up there. Support-wise, definitely more of a light support. But I think you can already kind of tell. And then we do have this rib band under the chest, a tone and tone silicone logo here, removable cup pads, and actually quite good side boob coverage on this one. Then, of course, the thinner straps here. And they do this interesting crisscross, but also like strappy detailing here in the back. So I think it looks kind of cute, you know. very interesting for sure. And yeah, the straps are comfy because they are made from the seamless material as well. Not adjustable, but I think the length, personally, I think the length is perfectly fine. And yeah, overall, I'm kind of like, it's cute. Because when I saw this, I was like, oh, I mean, I was mainly intrigued by the back, but you know, I think the whole thing is kind of cute. Yeah, obviously, if you have a bigger chest, you might prefer to wear this under a shirt or something. I feel like for me personally, I can still pull it off without, but it is more of a flashy number, you know, but it's cute. All right, next up, as promised, different color of the Shape Seamless tights. So I already tried these in pink, and we'll link the video where I tried them up here. And this new color is called Matcha. It's a very light color, again, not very squat proof, like not at all, but the color is gorgeous. So sometimes I'm like, do I care? Maybe not. I do some home workouts as well, so you know, like maybe this is definitely 100% not something you want to wear without nude underwear. So I would recommend nude underwear. I would not recommend to go commando because you'll probably see stuff. I would not recommend to go with anything else but nude underwear, basically, because you'll see stuff. And even when you wear nude underwear, you'll probably see something. So just letting you know right now, this color, unfortunately, definitely not squat proof, not at all. But it looks so pretty. So yeah, let me know what you think. Like, if something is really, really pretty, do you care about squat proofness or not? Because I know some people care about it a lot. Some people are like, yeah, whatever, it's fine. So yeah, let me know what you think. But it's so pretty. Look at it. It's also such a unique color because it's kind of yellow, but it's also green. So it's somewhat in the middle and like just very special. And oh my god, look how well this works with blue. I wouldn't have thought about pairing this. But it's cute. I like it. So anyway, Shape Seamless tights. So these are also made from this 92% polyamide, 8% elastane fabric, I'm pretty sure at least. I'll check. Yes, exactly. I got these in a size small. With Eamon, their size chart is a little bit different. I'm usually in between size small and medium, but for Eamon, I usually always go for a small. It just fits me better around the waist, otherwise I get some gaping. But do check out their size chart, and I'm just saying if you're in between, normally in between, you can usually go for a size, like for the size down with Eamon. This is a very, very stretchy material. It is knit because it is seamless, so it has like some slight texture, exactly, some slight structure to it. Very, very slight, but it's really, really, really soft, really, really, really comfy. We have this wide ribbed waistband that is sewn on here, so you have a seam, but of course no front seam. Yeah, ribbed waistband that keeps you tucked in. And then in the back, we do have some dirt, I guess, which is interesting because it's just fresh out of the package, but sure will wash out. And the Tone & Tone Eamon logo here. We also do have a nice V for the glutes. Eamon always knows how to do V-glute detailing without being too extreme. So I really appreciate that about them, and they also did that here. And then we do have this little back seam, and it's kind of like an invisible scrunch what they're going for. So this part, not super stretchy, but like it has, you know, it's like it has a way of making it getting in between the glutes without looking like a little butthole, which some seamless scrunches do. But you can see there's a little bit of ruching around, but it's like really not too extreme, so it's like very subtle. And from what I remember when I tried on the pink ones, like it wasn't too annoying or anything, it wasn't too invasive. That's why I'm trying these again, right? We otherwise don't have really any side seam detailing, nothing here. These are usually a 7/8 length on me, which is usually what all the Eamon leggings are. And overall, like I said, such a unique color. Like they of course also had this in a sports bra and a jumper. So like if you are like, oh, I like this color, but I don't want this not very squat proof legging, I mean, there's other options to just go for a top in this color. But like, I think it's like, I mean, tell me if you agree or disagree, but like, I think it's such a unique color. Let's see it on. All right, onto our Shape Seamless legging here in the matcha color. Definitely a very unique color. This is a nicely high-waisted pair of legging. We have this wide ribbed waistband here, keeps you definitely tucked in. So I do get a little bit of compression here. Of course, no front seam here, also no top seam because it is a seamless legging, and then also no like detailing on the side, whatever. So it is a very simple seamless legging. And the most compression you get is from the waistband, and otherwise I feel like it's quite stretchy, very, very lightweight as well. Personally, on me, this is a 7/8 length. And then, of course, in the back, we do have the scrunch situation. So you saw there was the seam. So it's not like a normal scrunch, but it's like just the seam that kind of goes in between your cheeks a little bit more than it would on a normal pair of leggings. And it had a little bit of ruching that you definitely can't see anymore here. We can also see that we do have this V shape glute detailing here. You have the Tone and Tone silicone logo there as well. And overall, I mean, it could already be flattering just with the V seam here and just the proper back seam. But of course, you know, now we have the extra added thing of this seam that kind of just goes in between your cheeks. I'm just trying to see how it looks best, you know, to show it to you how they did it. So personally, I don't really like butt scrunches that much just because I find them a little uncomfortable. And this seam in the back, you can definitely kind of feel, but it's not like too extreme. And then I can also still squat, like I don't really feel any tightness there. And it still stays like a little bit more in between the glutes. So you don't have to readjust it every time you move around. I think that is perfectly fine. It's otherwise like a very comfy pair of seamless legging. This color is definitely not scrub proof, but I like this color a lot because it's so different. And yeah, I think it's fun that they tried something that is not black, white, beige, brown, you know, because that's also the colors they kind of like usually go for. But I think it's fun they did something very different. And it's a nice summer color. I also think this is going to be nice for spring, or, you know, for next year's spring, obviously, because we're already going kind of into autumn. But yeah, I think it's a fun color. I like how high-waisted these are. I like how nicely tugged in I am here with the waistband. Comfy, flattering on the glutes. Wish they were a little bit more squat-proof. But, you know, you can't have it all, I guess. All right, next up, we're moving away from activewear, and I'm going to show you this little jean jacket that I got from BikBok, which is a, I think, Norwegian store, but they also do have stores in Finland and in Sweden, not in Denmark. So now, I mean, I have to go to Sweden to shop there, but also I checked the store in Finland, and I was like, I need new jeans, you know? And then I saw the prices, because sometimes they, on the price tag, they list prices for, and all the currencies, you know, they usually do their business in. So it said the price in euros and in Swedish kroner. And I did save safely over 10 euros by just shopping in Sweden instead. So I saw the price difference. I was like, yeah, that doesn't make any sense. So I'll just wait until I'm in Sweden. And then I also saw this little jacket, and I like shiny things and sparkly things. And I was like, I need to try this on. They also had matching jeans, but they were mid-waist or mid-rise, and they didn't have any stretch. And there was so much gaping when they fit me perfectly at the thighs and around my butt. And it was just too much. But, you know, the jacket, I was like, oh, this one is so cute. So yeah, this is a little jean jacket with all these little, you know, well, they're not real crystals, are they? But like these little shiny things on them. Like, look at it. So fun. I also wear this during the day. Really looks good with like just a pair of black leggings and just a little shirt under, or a little jumper, and then just this on top. Just elevates the outfit, you know. But yeah, I have worn this a few times already. Of course, we do have buttons. They're silver. And it doesn't really have a collar or anything, so it's like a collarless jacket. And it does have fake pockets, you know? So we have like the illusion of pockets here in the front, and they're just fake. So I'm a little bit sad about that, but it's shiny, so like, yeah, it's okay. I like the shininess. And then it's kind of oversized, so I first tried this on in a medium, because sometimes with like more rigid jean fabric, it's nicer to have a medium for the arms and stuff, but like it was just way too oversized, so this is a size small for me. And it still is quite oversized, so it's like a boxy fit, and yeah, it looks kind of cool. We do have not, like the crystals aren't everywhere, so on the sleeves, for example, yes, everywhere in the front. If you turn them around, so basically the underside of your sleeve doesn't have it, which I guess makes sense because they will just wear off quite fast. And in the back, we also do not have it like in the main part of the back, but you have it on top here, and then you can still see the shiny sleeve. So I think it's perfectly fine. Makes sense to me. And yeah, I just couldn't resist. So shiny, so fun. This is made from, because I'm assuming it's 100% cotton. Let me see if I can find it. Oh yeah, there we go. Because, you know, like I said, it doesn't really feel like there's any stretch. And, oh sorry, it's 80% cotton and 20% cotton, which still makes it 100% cotton. I don't get it. I don't know if you can read it, but that's literally what it says on there, like 80% cotton, 20% cotton. Maybe the cotton is made from recycled. Oh yeah, sorry, second line says recycled. I would expect it to say recycled cotton, not cotton recycled, because it doesn't even have a comma. Anyway, so 80% cotton and 20% recycled cotton. There we go. So yeah, definitely no stretch to it, but like it's so fun. So yeah, let me just throw that on top and let's see it on. All right, sparkly jean jacket. Here we go. Yes, it is so fun and sparkly. Look at it. I haven't worn it closed yet, so if you were to do that, I mean, it would still be kind of boxy, you know. And I'll just do this, and it's kind of like, as I said before, like it doesn't have a collar or anything, so then it's just like full on like round neck here, and just goes up to here. But honestly, I prefer to wear this just open, just like this. So that's what we'll be doing, but yeah, you can close it if you want to. And then, as I mentioned before, we do have pockets, but they are fake pockets, so you can't really put your hands in there. That's the only disappointment I have with this jacket, the only negative, the only critique I have. And yeah, sleeves are long enough, kind of, you know. I like all the sparkles. It is a nice jean material, like not too thick and not too thin. Kind of feels sturdy. Obviously, the stones are not always going to hold on forever. You're going to lose some over time, which is why it's also nice that they're not really like attached to it in like a very organized way. You know, it's like random spots, random sizes and stuff like that. So I think that's great, because then it's not going to be too obvious when you lose a little stone somewhere. And yeah, I like it. Length is also great. And then in the bag, as I showed you before, we do have some sparkles up top, but nothing here in the very back, which also makes sense, because if you think about like wearing a backpack or something, this is where the back is going to be like rubbing up against your back all the time. So it's probably a little bit better to not have the stones there, because they're going to be gone otherwise, like very fast. You know, I mean, keep in mind, they're not like sewn on or anything. They're just glued on basically, and they will not stay on forever. But there's a lot of them, and they sparkle. And I like this jacket a lot, you know, and you can wear this with a casual outfit. Like I like to put on my Birkenstocks. As I mentioned before, black pair of leggings, just a little shirt, and just this on top, and I feel like a little dressed up, but also in a cool way. So yeah. Yeah, I like this jacket a lot. All right, this concludes the clothing part of this little haul. So if you're only interested in the clothes, then, you know, you can already give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. But otherwise, stay tuned for the books that I'm going to go through now. I did shop quite a few books when I went to Gothenburg. And it is because, yeah, I have two of my favorite bookstores out there, so I just had to check them out, and they had some interesting stuff going on. I do like the English bookstore in Gothenburg a lot. They also do have a store in Uppsala and in Stockholm, so it's a cute little kind of independent, if it's still independent with free, you know, bookstores, bookstore, and they have just English books basically, and really good selection, and I like their stuff. It's like and their staff. They're also super nice. And I bought these 4 books there. So I already read 2 of them. Let's go through. The big one here is The God of the Woods. This one has been talked about a lot this year. It also only came out this year, by Liz Moore. This is the UK cover, I think. The American cover looks just slightly different. It still has like this pink going on. And I just finished this, so this is kind of like a mystery in a more historical setting. It's weird to say that historical setting. It's set in the 70s and 60s, 60s and 70s, I guess. And it's basically about the disappearance of 2 kids. So one kid disappears in the 60s, and then just like 14 years later, his sister disappears as well. And kind of like this brings up the whole old story. And it is a little bit slower paced, but I kind of can get a little impatient when something is too slow, but I did not get impatient with this one. So it's just very interesting storytelling. We get a lot of different perspectives and different points of views. And in the end, of course, everything gets resolved. We have some stronger female characters, but also some weak female characters. So it's an interesting mixture of things. And I just found the imagery, like there was a lot of like, I could really, picture things very well. So I thought the writing was really, really interesting as well and kept me reading it. And it's 430 pages or so, but I read this quite fast for reading this, during the week. And I quite enjoyed this one. I will say that. Also, by the way, if you ever want to know what I'm reading or how I rate things or whatever, I'm going to put my Goodreads and my Storygraph profile, the link to those things down in the description box, and you can follow along, or you can send me a friend request, stuff like that, if you want to follow along. Anyway, book number 1 that I got from the English bookstore. Then another book I've already read, let's just do it in that order, is In Defense of the Act by Effie Black. I believe this was a debut novel, I think. Yes, exactly, it says so. This one is a little bit of a shorter read, so this one was only 182 pages. Quite short indeed. This one has been longlisted for the Women's Prize this year. And this is a kind of heavy book, but it ended up being not as heavy as I thought. So this is basically about Jessica, who is a researcher, and she researches, suicide in different animals and like that kind of stuff. Like basically what's the purpose of that, and she thinks a certain way about it. And it might not be the worst thing because she grew up in an abusive household. So this one definitely has a lot of dark themes going on. And then she kind of changes her opinion at some point when things in her life happen. And it's also really interesting because there's a lot of like relationship stuff going on, like her relationship with her dad, with her mother, with her brother, her sister. And then she also was in a relationship for quite some years, and that ended, and then how she deals with that. And this is basically, she's also queer, and so is the author, as far as I understood. So this is also, from their queer selection, they mark these as well. So because I know some people are like very really want to dive more into this topic. And of course, like in normal literature as in like what's usually marketed, we don't have so many queer relationships described because it's just still not as common in what's heavily marketed these days. So it's really nice to, I've also seen this in libraries now, that there's specific books where like, look, this is where you can find these topics. And it was overall like a really interesting book, which I wouldn't have known about this if the English bookstore themselves hadn't really recommended this. So like I think there were some people in the bookstore themselves, like some of the staff who had read this and really, really liked it, which is what first, struck my interest basically. And of course it's a debut novel, so not really many people know about this author yet. I will say one thing about this book though, the font is like very intense, it's like very different. So weird font. But it was okay. I still managed to read it. Okay, and then on to 2 books I haven't read yet. So we do have How to Kill Men and Get Away with It by Katie Brand. So I did read another book by this author this year already. It was a novel. So I think this was maybe her first one, but this definitely came before the one I read this year, because the one I read this year only came out this year. And it was The Murder After the Night Before, I think. And it was actually a fun read. So yeah, this one also seems fun. You know, this is about Kitty Collins. She's friend, lover, killer, as it describes her on the back. It says, he was following me, that guy from the nightclub who wouldn't leave me alone. I hadn't intended to kill him, of course, but I wasn't sorry when I did, and despite the mess I made, I appeared to get away with it. That's where my addiction started. I've got a taste for revenge, and quite frankly, I'm killing it. So this is described as a deliciously dark, hilariously twisted story about friendship, love, and murder. Yeah. So that's that. Also, by the way, this is, they usually give you a little, what do you call these again? The thing you put in your books, you know? A bookmark, exactly, where they also have the address of their 3 stores on it. But yes, so we have that one as well. And then a classic from Kurt Vonnegut. So we have The Cat's Cradle here. And I did read Slaughterhouse-Five. I really, really enjoyed it. So I was like, oh, I kind of would like to read another one. And this is kind of so this style of book, this is from this Penguin Modern Classics range, basically. So you'll find a lot of them that have like this kind of light blue stuff going on. And yeah, so this is about things. I don't know. Like, I mean, I can read out what it says on the back. Dr. Felix Honecker, one of the founding fathers of the atomic bomb, has left a deadly legacy to humanity, for he is the inventor of ice-9, a lethal chemical capable of freezing the entire planet. So, you know, some eccentric people happening. Yeah, told with deadpan humor and bitter irony, it's a cold tale of global destruction. Funny and frightening satire on the end of the world and the madness of mankind. So, very interesting. At least to me. I think it sounds like fun. So yeah, we'll see. This one is also not very long, but like, I feel like books don't always need to be super long, right? So this is around 200 pages. Perfectly fine. And then, of course, you know, I have another bookstore I really like in Gothenburg. It's called the Sci-Fi Bookstore, Sci-Fi Bokhandeln. They also do have a store in Stockholm and Malmö, I believe. And they also do have board games and like all kind of like geeky things, but also just sci-fi books and fantasy books and stuff. So I also did get 2 books there. I did get Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. So this, of course, is also kind of like, you know, has become somewhat of a classic, right? They've made a movie. There's a second book that people apparently really, really, really hate. So probably not going to read that one, but I wanted to read the first one. So yeah, here we have it. And it says, imagine the world at stake, an epic struggle between good and evil, the greatest quest in history, the fate of humanity resting in your hands. Are you ready? I'm not sure, but I'll read it. So yeah, that's one. And then I also did get this one. Of course, at first I was intrigued by the cover because look, it's shiny. It's kind of like my jean jacket in that way. So this is apparently it has more books in the series, but this is called The Sleeping Giants by Sylvain Neuvel. I think this guy's Canadian or something, but like it sounds like a French name. So, I mean, this is absolutely possible because Quebec and other French-speaking regions in Canada. But yeah, first got intrigued by the cover, and then I read a little bit about it because sometimes I just, you know, like to see what it is, what I'm getting into if I want to buy this one. And this here says, as a young girl, Dr. Rose Franklin made a life-changing discovery. Hidden deep underground, she found an enormous ornate metal hand. Tests prove the artifact predates all human civilization. Where did it come from? So, you know, if you want to uncover that mystery, you probably should read this book. And yeah, I thought it sounded really interesting. Like I said, the cover looks really fun. And yeah, I can update you once I've read this, because sometimes I do these books and Activewear reviews where I basically try to tell you what I thought about the book. Mostly I try to do that. I try to do it once I read the book, and then I also try to match my Activewear outfit to it. And I mean, this and the jean jacket are like a clear match. So, you know, that's an outfit in the making. But yes, that's the last book here, and that's it for today. So let me know if you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you've read any of the books, or, you know, if you want to. What you thought about the Activewear I showed you, or my little jean jacket. I'm always curious to hear your thoughts. If you have any feedback, any suggestions as well, just drop a comment down below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Otherwise, if you haven't done that yet, you can follow me on Instagram. You can also DM me there, see some of the Activewear pieces in action usually. And you can also, yeah, I will maybe not see your DM there, so it's easier if you just post a comment down below. Otherwise, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't done so yet, you can subscribe to my channel to see, you know, all the new videos that are coming out and you don't miss one. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!